Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to new episode in Ecom Hub. Today we have a really interesting guest. A little bit different energy, The I don't know how to call it right. It's a female energy, yeah, or it's a woman energy. I don't know. Yeah, mostly we are the guys here. So, Kata, maybe tell in the 2 3 words about yourself, and then let's get to the topic.
Hi, everyone who is already connected to this stream. Thank you, Gustavs, for inviting me. I'm really excited to speak here today on this topic. Well, my background is content marketing. I'm a content marketing strategist at Digital Drive, a company that I founded. And we are mostly really like focusing on sales-oriented content marketing, funnels, and everything that we can do to get customers towards the goal, which is sales. And yeah, I'm so happy to collaborate here with Ecom Hub Agency because I think our mission kind of is the same, right?
Yeah, share some knowledge. That's I think is that's the biggest thing what we can do while we are making money with the things what we do. We need to find some time for sharing, and that's what we do. We have already made this week 4 webinars around different things that are giving some value. So I'm happy that you are the last one this week, and really will be interesting because yeah, we have a lot of men here all the time on the stage. So today's topic, sales-oriented content marketing, how to use blog articles to get paying customers in 2023. From my side, content marketing so far has been just how to get some awareness. And you will open today the topic how to make money on that. So that's pretty interesting. I want to hear more. Maybe I can change something because we are doing a lot of content. I would say around 20 25 videos every week, long, short, different kind of. And blog articles is something we haven't done a lot. So I will be really interested to learn more how maybe I can start to grow there and do something on that side.
Nice, so excited. Yeah, let's open the doors to this exciting topic. Um, and I'll share my screen, right?
Yeah. We have finally some presentation because mostly we just have this. Yes.
This is better, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so getting into today's topic, how to get get paying customers through blog articles. I want to preface this by saying that this will be super useful for you if you, just like Gustavs, want to open a new channel for client acquisition, to get new leads, and find another stream of traffic to your website. But this will also, of course, be very relevant even if there's no chance that you'll ever write a blog article yourself, because obviously you have as an entrepreneur or marketing specialist or marketing or head of marketing team, you have other priorities. But this will help you to evaluate better whenever you hire someone to do your blog content, whether it is up to date and whether it is aligned to a strategy that actually gives you some return on investment that is useful for your business to flourish. A little bit about me. I already said some words, but I have a background, an academic background of English philology, so I'm a linguist by degree. I'm currently on my studies on psychology, and I found myself in marketing. I think it was a very obvious fit because I always say this, that marketing is built on the content. The content is the thing that sells, and yeah, so I already told you about my agency, Digital Drive, and what we've been doing. We've also done a lot of these educational courses, webinars as well, and sharing resources that help people to learn all the strategy of client acquisition online. And yeah, in my free time, I'm all about art, linguistics, writing, and psychology. But let's get into it. First, I want to bring your attention to these impressive numbers that, according to HubSpot, businesses that blogged regularly, they saw a 55% increase in website traffic and generated 67% more leads per month. well, compared, of course, to those that did not. And just a couple of like other arguments, other reasons why content marketing in the form of blog articles is so useful. First of all, content is everything. As I already said before, it is your salesman. It is, of course, very, very important to understand all the mechanics, to know all the settings, how to get customers through paid ads, but that won't work if your message is weak, if your content is weak. So content marketing is something very broad because it is not just limited to videos, articles, posts, and these things, but it's just everything that you tell and show to your audience. There's also the argument that nobody reads blogs, but the counter argument is that kind of everyone does, in the form, of course, of skimming. We don't necessarily read blog, word from word in today's fast-paced world. But you yourself probably have been in this situation where you have some problem to fix, and what you do, you're Googling the solution to the problem, and very likely where you end up is a blog. Because blogs are a content piece of a super high additional value. So they're meant to be comprehensive, they're meant to be this like ultimate guide, or all the best tips on how to achieve something or how to solve a problem. And in that way, of course, if we do everything correctly, if we have our SEO set up, it is free traffic to your website. Of course, free because you have to put in some work to make it happen. But once you do all the stepping stones, which I'll later talk about, you have the ability, of course, just like the businesses in my example, generate free traffic to your website. And there are some tricks and tips how you can convert these visitors into your clients and leads. And blogs also show the expertise of a brand. It builds trust and reputability. For example, if you're like selling some kind of glass for windows or another kind of technology, whatever, it shows that your brand knows what they're doing if they are able to produce lengthy, comprehensive, and useful blog articles on the topic. As I said, effective for lead generation if used correctly, and we'll see some examples of that. And blog contents are actually of very high versatility, meaning that one article can be further divided or adapted to various different channels. So if you just put a whole work to produce a high quality blog article, you can modify it to make a TikTok video, to make a YouTube video. You can turn it into a script. You can turn it into a tweet thread and other things that are super useful, to publish across the social media channels. The common blog types. Yeah, sorry.
Kate, maybe I can add about that salesman, because that was my first experience when I understood, okay, I don't want to live my life like that. And you mentioned about that salesman, and a few years ago I had a beer brewery, and we was on some event where we was 3 days in a row talking about why our beer is good and why you need to buy it. Mm-hmm. And then I understood this is so wrong. Then you are all the time telling the same story. You need to invest time on learning how to tell that story through the blogs, through the videos, through that. And then the salesman is staying there online, and when you are sleeping or anything you are doing, it's working and it's giving your story away. And that's something I have seen, that there is many small, medium businesses which really love this part of the telling story. But I think you need to understand, as a business, then one day you will be like, enough with telling the story. It will be like, it will not be fun anymore for you, like 1,000 times in a row to tell the same story. So use well this content strategies and content as itself to put that story into all those formats. So when you will not be happy enough to tell that story, you can just send a blog post or the video or anything, and people can still feel those emotions and that energy what you had in the start. So this is a huge thing, how to look on any content which is going out, because if there is something made, it's out, so it's working there.
Mhm.
1 view, 10 views, 100 views, no matter what, it's still working and doing the work.
Yeah, exactly. And I love your example, Gustavs, because um, I think the purpose is to, at one point, transform that story, repackage it into something valuable. So you're still telling the story of what a successful and what a good brand you are, and that you're an expert in your field, but you're doing it through different means. You're doing it through providing value, just as you do, creating a lot of video content, which is super, super cool. But yeah, blog posts are just like a more extensive and just in-depth information how to give the most value to your reader and to your potential customer, of course. And yeah, if you've seen, of course, the blog types that you've discovered either by Googling a specific problem or being interested in this field of marketing, you've seen a common theme that it's either the how-to type of articles, how to fix windowsills, how to fix doors, whatever. Ultimate guides on your content marketing strategy. These are like comprehensive, large, lengthy articles. Listicles, meaning like 5 tips for curing a headache. And of course, they can take another form like interviews, infographics, checklists. But there's a reason why these how to's, ultimate guides, and listicles have been dominating the blog content, is because they feature these keywords, and the keywords that are presented in a way that users normally search. And there are some strategies for creating blog content that drive sales. They differ from business model to business model, but what I'm going to talk about is the basic fundamentals. These must be into your strategy, and these you must understand and must work on it even before you make the decision to write blog articles or to hire someone to do that for you. So first of all, we have to understand how to come up with a winning topic, why there are like some blog articles that are ranking very high in Google. What is up with that? The success to coming up with a topic that people will search for and that will be useful to the reader, meaning that they will spend some time reading it and spend some time into your website, is first of all, we have to understand the 3 basic steps that the customer goes through whenever they want to make a decision in or against your purchase or becoming your client. Just as Gustavs also said, their content strategy is more about awareness at this point, and awareness is a crucial step into this customer journey. Because first of all, we have to enlighten our audience that they have a problem, that the gravity of the problem. For example, we can, at this level, if we're talking about marketing, we can talk about, the problems of customer acquisition, what are the options, and such type of content. But later
I,
on, when yeah.
Yeah, I think Kat, this is like the hardest thing in awareness stage, because everyone who has those years in that business, who is already like deep down on that business and doing all the technical stuff and doing all those uh, difficult things, get out of this bubble. I think this is the hardest thing. So yeah, maybe we can give after that some advice how to do that, because when you talk about the content which is like technical, which is down to the pipeline, that's okay. But when you talk about awareness content, I think that's really hard to get out of this. I don't know how it's in English called, this bubble, like which
Mhm.
where you live as a professional.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll have some minutes for discussion later on when we can just brainstorm some of these ideas how to get out of it.
Yeah, so feel free to add some questions if you have. So we will have
Yeah,
some additional brainstorm in the end of the presentation. So feel free.
sure. I'd love to hear some questions that you come up with, guys. Yeah, and this awareness stage, of course, is very useful. This means that you have to produce content and blog articles and video, doesn't matter, that speak to the awareness, making your customer aware of the problem, of the possible solutions, but you're simply more like playing on the problem here, and like trying to describe the problem and educate your audience. Then later on, the next step in customer journey is evaluation. I'm going to give you an example so that you can understand, and we can like talk in the context of this example. Let's say that we are selling air dehumidifiers, and this particular client um, is called Linda. She lives in Portugal. In Portugal, there is very high humidity, high moisture in the rooms, and she is battling the problem of mold, because mold grows in these humid conditions. So let's say that first of all, she has to understand the problem. We have to make her aware of the problem. So she might Google something like, and that's what I want to say. Like, this customer is on this journey themselves, and either they will get the information from you or from your competitors, but they are still like, in order to solve some kind of problem, they have to go through these stages. So she might Google something like, what are the dangers of mold, like health effects of mold. So what we can do as a content marketing team, we can create a blog article that speaks to this problem and talks about the dangers of living with a mold in your inside environment. So we're really educating her on the problem. She becomes more aware. Then she moves on to evaluation. She's evaluating different options for solving this problem. So either she's looking for 5 DIY ways how you can clean mold into your house, how you can come up with some solutions yourselves. So here she is like evaluating different options how to deal with the problem. And one type of in our lengthy article, let's say that we're describing all the ways how to beat mold yourself, so that she can already have a solution. She can implement these strategies, so she gets something really valuable from this article. And at the end of it, we can talk about the humidifiers, how they play a role into combating mold. So we're talking first of all of the value that she can implement right now, and then we're moving on with this kind of a sales pitch. But the sales pitch is very soft, and the customer has already eased up into it. So it comes natural. It's not just it's not in your face like that. But we could also, if she's at the stage a little bit closer to your goal, which is that she actually uh, decides to get an air dehumidifier, we can also create a listicle of like pros and cons of air dehumidifiers, or like 25 best air dehumidifiers in 2023, depending of her customer avatar. If she's more like wealthy, we can or if she's like more on the economic spectrum, like she wants to save a buck, we can produce a blog article that is all about the dehumidifiers on a budget. And then it leads to conversion, which is the goal here, of course, that she sees that we sell air dehumidifiers, and she buys it from us because we have built trust and given her something valuable in return.
The question from my side would be, in which stage you are creating the content. Like, you are creating the content to go all those 3 stages as a one content piece, or you are separating all your content strategy in those 3 stages.
Mm-hmm. I would rather implement the strategy. This is my tip for everyone, is that you have to make content for each and every stage. Because what you can do is you can grab their attention in the awareness stage. So you produce content that talks about awareness. Perhaps these are videos, or they can be blog posts, whatever it fits your customer avatar in your budget and your needs. Then we can produce these articles or videos, high value content pieces for the evaluation stage. So as I was saying, in the evaluation stage, she's wondering whether to pick one or the other solution, whether to choose from you or from your competitors. So we're giving content in this stage so that she can choose us, of course. And conversion, well, conversion is rather the goal. Of course, we can make conversion content, which is basically ads. These are retargeting ads already. I'm going to show you a whole like strategy on how this fits, with other channels, like with paid ads and everything like that. But conversion is basically the ad or the button or the little banner in your blog post that already says buy our dehumidifiers. And obviously, this part is also very important, and there is very important copy to achieve that goal. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. That's this is the road which you are sending through your customers. So the only thing I really want to suggest is not try to talk about the same things what you are talking in this evaluation stage. Talk about them in awareness, because you will, as I told, you need to be softly with the selling, with the
Mhm.
offering yours, because
Absolutely.
we all have this feeling when someone is like writing the blog post about that this is something really important, and we are seeing that this guy is selling the solution. We are always like, okay, he's just telling because he has this product,
Mhm.
not because this is the real problem or this is the real solution. So be really you had this good word, not soft, but uh, with this content, not oversell on that, because then people will understand, okay, you are telling me this useful information because you want to that I buy your product, and that's all why you are sharing that thing. Like from us, if we would tell in every 5 to 10 minutes buy from us services, you would not look this content like with this free mind and feeling, okay, let's catch some value here.
Absolutely. And what you're saying is a lot of brands or small, medium, growing businesses are so focused on the goal of conversion, and understandably so, that they produce only content that is all about converting. So they only talk about themselves, they only try to sell their services. That doesn't work. People are desensitized to that kind of content. What you can do is really focus on awareness, evaluation, giving this valuable information to your audience, being free with all these tips and tricks and expertise that you have to share. Be generous, with this knowledge. And that is how you gain the customer's trust. So the best content strategy for brands is that they can provide quality content for the both first two stages, and then conversion comes naturally. Conversion comes from other channels and retargeting and so on. But you see, in this image, a huge part of it is customer avatar. This is the most important piece on your marketing, in your sales. If you don't know your customer, you're already making a huge mistake. It is very often, this dream of, selling to everyone, but that is not possible, and that is like a really bad way how to approach sales. And customer avatar is, there are many misconceptions. People think that just, getting the demographics and the gender and the approximate place of the customer is enough, but it's just a small detail. What you need to know about your customer, about your ideal customer, is what are their problems, what are their goals, what are their values. You need to take time into researching and, of course, like adjusting, understanding from your results, what is this person that I'm reaching out to? Because otherwise there is very low chance that you'll come up with a winning topic for your blog article, for your YouTube video, or whatever, because you have to know what is it that they're looking for in the internet. What are the problems on their mind while they're scrolling? Because you will be able to stop that and gain their attention and trust.
I think almost every topic in the marketing field will always start with the customer avatar. So
Absolutely.
if you are still learning and trying to find some magic bullets, then maybe go to your existing clients and talk with them, because they have a lot of information.
Hmm.
We are planning to do more content with the Kata. So if you have any ideas what you want to see more about the customer avatar, or any other topic, just let us know in the comments, because yeah, this is the basics of of marketing as itself.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's a very valuable like topic to discuss. maybe in the form of webinars, about like what are the main themes that you could look in customer avatar. But surely it is a brainstorming that requires several hours, and you need to update this customer avatar as it goes and your sales are rolling. But let's talk about sales rolling in. So how does this fit into a larger digital marketing client acquisition strategy? So let's say that we are writing this blog, 7 effective DIY ways how to deal with mold in your holiday home. As you can already see, the blog title is pretty long and very niche, because we know that our customer Linda, she's an expat in Portugal. She comes from, let's say, UK. She lives there. She has bought a holiday home, and right now she understood that it is humid and she's beating mold, and that is the problem here. What we can obviously do is set up our SEO, do the basic things that you have to do so that your blog is actually discoverable in Google. So there will be traffic coming from search engines, and in 2 months or a little bit more, when the algorithm has already crawled through your website and understood what the content is about, you're going to benefit and enjoy this regular visitors traffic to your website coming in. So search engines, free traffic. Then we can drive traffic to our blog through social media. So either we can create a small video that will give just 2 effective ways how to beat mold, or like educate on the problem, and then link and ask people to just read blog. So the call to action would be just to read blog. And then, of course, we can funnel in some money into paid ads, and we can also drive traffic to our blog from paid ads, which is also, if you're taking the time to write a stunning blog article, it's also very profitable to think of driving paid ads to your blog, because how does that generate you income? Let's see. We can get leads through a classic but still very effective strategy called lead magnet. It's a way of generating leads through something that is very valuable. So in exchange of, let's say, a video lesson or a free webinar that is like written somewhere in between the blog as a little paragraph, or there's a pop-up, we can get their email, and that will be obviously very, very useful for us to get the email, right?
Let's maybe talk about this thing what you told right now about the email, because that's a huge thing. I would say many online entrepreneurs doesn't understand that only win in every action what you do is not the sales. Sales is like it when you do any activities, collaborations with influencers, some blog posts, anything what you do, your target is get their data, or it's a pixel data where you just get it. But right now, this data is already going. This value of the pixel data is going down, I think, because like we are losing a lot of things there. But the email, the phone numbers is something like what's huge, because I would say 30% that's written, but in reality, the good brands is making around 40% sales on their email marketing, and adding the SMS marketing, it changed the game. So look on your business when you do this kind of the activities, that getting cheap emails who is interested in your topic, that's a huge success too.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what you're talking about here is the importance of lead generation for any business, and especially for businesses that are starting, for startups or for new businesses. One of the most, I'd say, profitable strategies to first focus on your leads. And yeah, as you can see, for example, in this scheme, after, Gustavs mentioned phone number, but let's go through my example of an email. We're getting their email in exchange of something valuable, and we can start an email marketing campaign, which also isn't about selling. That's another topic about how to do an email marketing that people would want to open your emails and read. And I think that is like our favorite channel, to be honest, here in Digital Tribe. And our customers and our leads, our subscribers love reading our emails. It is such a pleasure to get these emails back that it is also something very valuable for them. So, but that's another topic. Anyways, this email marketing campaign can slowly educate again about the dehumidifiers, the mold, and all these things. Again, remember the customer journey of awareness, evaluation, conversion. And through that, we can send an email once in 2 weeks, for example, where we remind them that what we are selling are dehumidifiers for a special price for our loyal customers, loyal audience, in this case, audience. And so what essentially we're doing from the blog, we can drive people to our product sales page, the page where they can actually order our product or book a consultation, whatever it is in your case. So either in a blog where including a banner or a button or a clear indicator where you can buy these dehumidifiers, either through lead magnet. After the lead magnet, we're redirected to the page where we sell it, or as I said, through email marketing campaign. And of course, through retargeting. Retargeting here is very, very important stepping stone on how to make this profitable. And although this model that I've painted here is like the ideal model, and we can already like add more channels like phone, SMS, and we can just do it, in a grand scale. But I'd say like a very viable option for people who are wanting to get this new channel of content marketing blogs and get traffic to your website is come up with a good and very niche and problem oriented blog article, drive this traffic from search engines, social media, and then once people have clicked on your blog, read the blog, spend some time in the blog or in your website, you can retarget those people who have shown interest into this topic, and of course drive them back to our goal, which is the sales page where we sell our product.
Yeah, I had this one live with Dave, which has made email marketing for Alex Hormozy and different big brands. And I was asking in the end of the live, what is the minimal revenue for companies to start doing email marketing? Because there is always a problem that when you are too small, this email marketing it doesn't give you a huge effect here. And that's why I added this SMS marketing stuff, because if you are small and you are just testing some ideas, SMS always will be the easier to create, because there is just a text, there is not any pictures, anything additional, and its open rate is much higher than email marketing. So if you are in the stage where you don't have resources to put in the email marketing, you can try some SMS marketing. We will make some live in the next weeks around how to do it proper. But this is just one of the advices, and because the email marketing, I will be honest, it takes a little bit pressure on the designs, on copies, on everything. So it seems for us it seems like easy to set up everything, but for the guys who are starting, it's like tricky.
Yeah, these are good points. And what you're essentially saying, of course, that this scheme, as I already said, it could be, in a different form. So this is just one example. So you could either go through, this SMS marketing, set up these drip campaigns through that. But anyways, email marketing is actually one of my other favorite topics. So we can definitely talk about that sometime later. But about this scheme, pretty much, again, what is very important in the scheme, you can create this amazing funnel through paid ads and blog and everything. You can set up everything perfectly, but it won't really work if you haven't done the homework of customer avatar. And hence, I always try to remind my clients and the people in our courses, just how important it is to do this homework before. So, what's new in 2023? Let's head into it. What are the industry updates, or how can we adapt our content strategy? Because the first thing that maybe you've heard about is Google's helpful content update that first of all came out in August of 2022, and then the second wave or second update came in December. The helpful content update basically is all about promoting such blog articles or websites on the Google search results that are helpful, valuable, that people through their actions prove to Google, of course, that it's helpful, valuable. They're reading the content, they're not going away and Googling again. So it is, Google understands that this type of content is comprehensive and useful for the reader. And what is also a very important part here in this helpful content update, that it is promoting content made by people for people. So there were a time, of course, when people would find out all of those things that Google algorithm would detect. So they would hack the search results through just either mass producing articles onto the highest ranking keywords, no matter if it was connected to your brand or audience or whatever. People would just, marketers would come up, with these high ranking blog posts, but it would be like these visitors wouldn't be your audience. So that is another topic. But Google has already done their best to eliminate these kind of SERP hacking strategies. So no more you can do that just to outsmart Google. Google wants its search results to be to have unique and authentic info in the results, so that people actually have quality content. And of course, I could not talk about ChatGPT during the course of this lesson, because it has taken such a chokehold on the whole marketing and the whole world, to be honest. There have already been invented some tools just the start of January to detect plagiarism in the context of ChatGPT output content. So it is not that easy as people imagined when we first tested this amazing and powerful tool for creating text. It won't be that easy actually to just rely on AI to produce your content, because what is rumored, these are just rumors, but they come from the inside of the company OpenAI, is that they might add a metadata watermark to the ChatGPT output text, meaning that there would be a technical way how to detect if a blog post or whatever content piece has been created by ChatGPT. And rightfully so, it is very I'd say it is very believable and realistic that they might do that, because what they did with the text-to-image tool DALL-E is they also included a watermark, exactly because so that people consuming such content can know that this content was made by AI. And the plagiarism detection app is more about that just detect some kind of patterns that the ChatGPT, how it conveys information. There are some patterns, even though the tool can be molded and adapted. With the rise of this exciting addition to our tools, we also see that there are already preventive measures so that people don't go overboard. And of course, this is like the major threat to Google's helpful content policy, right? Because it was all about creating content by people for people. So if you know something about Neil Patel, he is like a, I'd say, industry leader in all things SEO and content marketing. So SEO based content marketing. So he is the person, to go to for blog posts and how to like rank them and create them so that people can actually find it in Google search results. And he has experimented with some sites that used solely AI written content and saw an average drop in traffic and average drop in positions of search rankings. So in this case, we can hypothesize that Google is able to detect AI content, even though it hasn't released yet a formal statement on how they will beat these, how they will tackle this issue.
We had yesterday a conversation with one of my colleagues about ChatGPT and Google, and I don't know. Have you think about that? That if ChatGPT will grow as it's growing, and you can communicate with it and find a suggestion for you for doing some things, for tips and everything. Imagine what will happen with the Google.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It will not be useful anymore because ChatGPT will help you less faster and less easier. So this game, what's happening right now with the Google and ChatGPT, it's really serious for Google because
Yeah.
you can really delete the Google's business because you don't need, because right now in the Google you still need to put your own knowledge there. You still
Mm-hmm.
need to be in this evaluation stage. If you are in the awareness stage, it's much harder to find the answers. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
ChatGPT, they will take out this, and then I was thinking, okay, this is the new place where to put the ads, because if you can tell to the ChatGPT, please if somebody asks this question, give them my solution and explain that solution for them. It's like, it's huge. I even didn't imagine that before that, but yesterday we had this conversation and I understood, okay, Google
Mm.
maybe has some problems, so let's see how they will fix this possible problem.
Absolutely, yeah, and I think it is here to stay. No, no wonder like everyone is already using it. We already know the release date of the next version, and Google, well, hasn't released an official statement yet, but it has been rumored that it is a code red for Google because this really threatens, the whole search result things. Also. Fun fact about Google's update, you probably noticed this too, that once you Google something, you don't really, okay, that is another topic, but you get a lot of information already in the Google search results. Of course, if you like do your site well with the SEO and everything, it can show an excerpt from your blog article. But Google has been dominating the search engines, obviously, for the past decades. And yeah, what they've been doing, they really want people to use Google and stay there. It is, of course, very inclined in leading people to quality articles, hence the helpful content update and everything. But it is very threatened by ChatGPT. But also the thing is that Google has already been working on their own this text model, and it was called Lambda, I think, but it hasn't been released to the public, but they have already done it. It is a working model, and they will release it. It is just a matter of how soon they will release it, but I think it will be just a competitor to ChatGPT, just in Google. So it might be a chatbot into Google search results. But the thing is right here, what I want to say to people, not to scare you away, is that we don't know. We don't know how this will unfold. We have no idea how this will change the search results, how much the AI content will Will it dominate or will it not dominate? I have my hypotheses and just my counter arguments why there's still room for people made by content made by people. But yeah, anyways, what I want to say is we don't know yet. We're in an exciting technological revolution. How it will unfold, I don't know. But that is why you, as an entrepreneur, have to be up to date, and you have to follow what is going on, because this is a huge revolution for any industry, to be honest. And speaking of some helpful tools and softwares, this will be more, important for you as a marketer or entrepreneur to do your research. So these are some keyword research tools that are my favorite, and that I have already used them for content writing. From the keyword research tools, the best ones, even from this short list, is definitely Answer the Public, because it is free and gives you ideas on like keyword strings. But Ahrefs is the best of the best on searching the keywords and looking at keyword combinations. Of course, it is a paid tool, so you have to invest it in or assess whether it is an investment that you're going to make. But the Google Trends, to be honest, is also pretty good. So you can find trending topics, trending themes. You can see like currents, not just, it doesn't give you that much of valuable keywords. That's not what they're doing there, but they're just giving you these trends so you can understand, for example, that during the pandemic, mindfulness and mental health became like a trending topic, like a trending theme. So if you go to Google Trends, this might actually also give you some ideas on new businesses that you might launch. But yeah, regarding copywriting, this will be more useful if you are a solo entrepreneur or a startup, or just a person of who has the gift of writing, and that you can produce your blog articles yourself. So it's either, I would always suggest all these dictionary tools, but I think the most powerful is Power Thesaurus, because it gives you not only synonyms, antonyms, but parts of expression and different ways how you can say the same thing, but you can find a more suitable and more powerful, convincing synonym or a way of expressing something. Ludwig Guru is helpful if your English language is not your first language, so you might test it to see whether native speakers use these kind of word combinations. And of course, I'm just piling it all together: ChatGPT, Jasper AI, and other AI content production tools, which is of course helpful for bulk creating content, and if you want to skip on a copywriter. But it is not that sweet and lovely, for marketers out there. And I'm not just talking it because I might lose my job. I'm not scared of ChatGPT replacing my skills, but yeah, there are some counter arguments. But let's get into it and just have a full picture of a summary. Do this and not that, content marketing blog article edition. So what you don't have to do if you want to succeed, and this is a very, I'd say, popular mistake that a lot of brands do, is they produce blog articles or invests their time just in some kind of channel or a new uh, lead generation or like ad strategy. They just invested just because they see their competitors are producing blog articles or competitors are doing YouTube videos. That is not a good enough reason to invest your time and strategy in it. Of course, assess how it fits your budget and how it fits your strategy, whether your audience, or your target audience, really is hanging out in these channels. But what's good about the content marketing in the form of blogs is that everyone is on Google. Everyone is Googling some problems and solutions. So it is a very powerful channel. Do not write vague blog articles. The internet has seen enough of it. Nobody clicks on these articles at all. So taking such a broad topic as 5 tips for productivity is just completely useless blog article because it gives you exactly nothing. It's not also intriguing enough for people to want to click on it because it's just too broad. What you have to do is research how to come up with a niche topic that addresses a burning question that your customer has. And so we're getting there. Do not rely on AI to write your content. Um, because, well, first of all, I've given you, some kind of background on what is happening with Google. Obviously, they're going to figure out ways how to catch and weed out those AI mass-produced content articles. But also, what is missing from AI is if you just ask AI, like Jasper AI, to write a blog article on the topic of productivity, the problem is that they won't write from a place where they know your audience. They won't find the words, to appeal your audience. What the AI is missing, if you're just, using it like that, just produce me, a blog article about this topic, you're going to miss the content made by people for people aspect, where the reader actually feels that the person who has written this blog article empathizes with them, understands their problem, and are there really to give the best and the most effective, strategies or tips and tricks, whatever they are looking for in the blog article. Obviously, of course, the counter argument is there are AIs like ChatGPT that you can train so that they understand your audience. But then again, remember, just like any tool, AI needs, there's a learning curve into understanding how it works and how you can use it for your business. So, most entrepreneurs that I know, they don't have the time to really like understand AI. So still there is another, you need to hire perhaps a person who can do that for you. And so even if you want to like skip out on copywriter and do all your content articles through AI, you need a person to, first of all, check and read the article, to edit it. You need a person who knows your audience. So it's still, kind of a copywriter who is going through that AI content. So what is my suggestion? And I know that AI is here to stay, and definitely use it, but use it wisely. It is a tool. It is not a silver bullet. It won't like give you all answers. It won't do the homework for you. It cannot really like analyze your customer avatar because it is something very unique and it's something very specific to your business. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think that's about the AI. That's a huge thing. When it came out, it was like, okay, it will take away all the work, everything, and we will like make so much money with this. And after that, you are starting to read that text and what they are giving out, and you understand that you can feel that that's a AI. You can see that
Yeah.
that's not a human, and to train it and to, we call it the prompts. You just give the prompts,
Yeah.
better prompts, and then you grow with that. So that's still, it's still a copywriter. Okay, he didn't spend
Right.
so much time on the writing as itself. He's maybe spend more time on the prompts, but still there is a people who is understanding. You can just go into the AI tool and they tell me, write me
Absolutely.
sales driven blog post, and it's giving you out. It's not gonna happen.
Mm.
uh, I think this year is not, it is not going to happen. Maybe we will learn some way of, I don't know, maybe there will be some topic like 10 prompts which should be given, and then you can get something out which calls like a human, but it's still, it's
Mhm.
like far away. We are not like one step from that.
Absolutely, yeah. So it is an exciting innovation, obviously, and it's here to stay. And obviously, we're all going to use it. But still, yeah, there are many nuances that you have to know. It won't ever replace. Okay, no, I'm maybe exaggerating. We really don't know the future, but I mean this future, when where AI would replace all, workforce, that would be, like hundreds of years away from this point. But yeah. In the foreseeable future, you still need brain power. You still need humans to do this marketing, because marketing is something which where you also have to engage into your natural like common sense and psychology. So we really need humans into the field of marketing.
I think it's just an additional soft skill what you need looking for the guy
Mhm.
that they are using this tool. It's not like it's not a I would say it's not a hard skill. It's a soft skill which is just need to be right implemented in every marketing field, in every business field. You can use it. I don't know, for the brainstorms. Just ask for the ideas so you can have some direction, but still, in the end of the day, there is human.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, that is the picture right now. And also, do not copy or rewrite the blog posts of your competitors. That is also a temptation, to see the highest ranking blog posts onto, keywords that you're interested in, and then just put it in AI and just rewrite it. But trust me, that is not a good strategy, because obviously this is very easy to catch. It is very easy to detect this kind of plagiarism. And second of all, what people need is then a better, more thorough post than your competitors, something from another angle, for example. So, what you might do, you definitely must see what people are writing onto the keywords you desire, onto the topics that you're desiring, and that is relevant for your audience. And you just see what is produced there, and maybe try to find another angle, maybe try to find a way how to add into that. So yeah, because if a person is not like finding their answers into one blog article of your competitors, they will hopefully exit the blog article, go back to Google search, and find yours. And do not simply search for keywords and produce a blog post. That is what I already said about the SERP hacking strategies. But research your target client and then search for keywords. Also, yeah, very common mistake. If you spend your time knowing your customer, knowing your client avatar, brainstorming in that, for several hours or for years, that is much more. A better starting point, to search for these keywords, because you're going to see them naturally, like coming up in the process while you do your brainstorm, while you go through your client avatar. So I hope this is like a summary of like the most crucial, content marketing mistakes that I've seen in the context of blog articles.
Yeah, yeah. From paid content, this your fourth suggestion is something what we are suggesting always. Learn how to copy your competitor ads, the best ads, and then grow your game from that. Like creativity comes after you have done the simple things. But
Absolutely.
for the blog post, of course, don't copy them. That will be that not gonna be a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what we're saying also is very true for any kind of content marketing. That's why I'm always like stretching this theme, a little bit broader in terms of whole content marketing. Is that, yeah, a lot of people are marketers, my clients. I've seen it, this, that they want to like jump and go into the creative, and they're like, let's do some creative content. But if the creative content is not relevant, interesting, suitable to your customer audience, to your ideal audience needs, well, it won't really go anywhere. It will be a lot of budget, a lot of time, pretty much wasted in creating fun content, but not really relevant for your audience, not really profitable for your business. So yeah, in order to really make money out of content marketing, you do have to research your target audience so that you can come up with a profitable and relevant topic and theme that they resonate with. And I also think that a good summary on this whole do's and don'ts is this excerpt from Google helpful content policy. So, are you producing lots of content on different topics in hopes that some of it might perform well in search results? So that's a big no. Are you mainly summarizing what others have to say without adding much value? Does your content leave readers feeling like they need to search again to get better information? Well, these and the other, of course, bullet points are very, very important questions to ask. once you've come up with a blog article or once you are in a process of producing one. And speaking of which, we can go through a quick checklist, how to tell apart a winning blog post. So either, before you're hiring a copywriter or doing your copy yourself, these needs to be into your mind. But also you can use this helpful guide to evaluate whether a blog post that you've come up with or your team has come up with is a good one and will bring you profits in the long term. First of all, does it speak to a specific audience? The same thing that I've been repeating all the time throughout this lesson. Does it target a specific problem? Very important because, again, not talking about broad things, but talking about a very specific problem. And if you find a specific problem, then even niche it down further. As I was using this example, how to clean mold in your home, we can just niche it down further. How to clean mold in your holiday home in Portugal, because we're trying to access this particular niche audience, which is expats living in Portugal looking for devices such as dehumidifiers. It should provide in-depth answers and solutions. So it is not, blog content writing is a very valuable skill, and it is not that easy. And that's why there are copywriters, experts who have been doing this for years, because it doesn't suffice just to give you vague answers to your solutions, to your problems, because you yourself would be disappointed, right? If you would Google on how to fix door that is creaking, you'll be very disappointed if you're going. The person writing the blog will just give you vague statements, not exact procedures and what you need to do. So the title must be obviously relevant. So it must give, it must serve the title. So if you are going to give, these 7 tips on how to fix door hinges, then your topic, your blog post should be relevant to that title and include that information. But the title, producing a winning title, also is an art. It must be, intriguing. It must be emotionally powerful, clickable, not too clickbaity, obviously, and it should feature relevant keywords. And your blog content should definitely fit into a larger content marketing and sales strategy. So it is no use starting to do this and getting right into this channel without understanding how it fits into your funnel, into your client acquisition online. How do you generate leads from that? How do you generate sales from that? Where do you lead them? Do you retarget them? Do you redirect them to the sales page? Do you have pop-ups in your blogs? Of course, not that annoying as there are nowadays. Do you have banners in your blogs? Do you have clickable links and a good interface so that people can somehow access your the thing that you're selling? And do you use other channels to speak to the audience and remind them that you're an expert and you're the best solution to their problem? And obviously that is a technical info, and we are not covering this topic today for a reason, because I'm not an SEO specialist, but just, of course, the basic SEO that comes into copywriting is just relevant keywords, the correct headings, and metadata. That is something that a content marketing specialist should be able to do. But of course, there's also the other part, the technical SEO. So, and other things like Google Search Console, Google Analytics, you have to have these things set so that the blog article is actually able to be found into the search results. So this is a full picture of what you need to do and what you need to take into account to produce winning blog content. And as I said, this is also gives you some broader information on what is content marketing and how you can use it to get paying customers. And I hope that this was useful for you guys. I hope that this sparked some inspiration to produce content marketing, maybe in the form of blogs, maybe in the form of other media, other format. But yeah, if you have any questions, I'm willing to hear them. I'll be very happy to discuss them with you guys. And if you want to write me privately, here's my email, so we can like communicate also in that.
We will show you. Here's the email. I deleted it too fast. So, Kata, it was great to hear this one because I always ask to myself how to make money with the blogs, and today you answered the question. Just don't do like blogs and hope that money will come in. Make it as like a strategy from that. We have one question, and after that, I have one more question for you. And guys, if you have any other questions and you are watching it record, just add it to the comments, and we will answer to them after that. So, what is the best way? What is the best way for a startup to get potential customer emails or phone numbers? You should have the answer if you listen to this live, but maybe we can cut to it one more time.
Yeah. If you're a startup, first of all, I'm so happy to hear that you're considering lead generation as a part of your strategy, because it's very crucial for growing new businesses. What you can do is, first of all, do your homework and do a lot of research into your target audience. So get to know them. Go out in the field, ask them, ask people, get data, brainstorm with your team or alone yourself, and come up with detailed customer profile on what is the audience's goals, problems, dreams, what do they want in life, and what you are here for them to, how you can solve them. What you can do is create a very high value content piece, which we call lead magnet. So either it would be like a PDF ebook, it should be a video lesson, a webinar, whatever that you can give of high value in for free, but in exchange to them to their contact information. So either it is phone number or email address. And the very important thing here is to have a high value piece, so that people can actually feel, that it is worth enough to share their contact information. But I think that is also another very good topic for a discussion, for a webinar, on how to come up with lead magnets and what are they and what are different variations of them.
Yeah, nice. So about customer avatars, this is something we could talk more, and the next step about the lead magnets, because for all small businesses, for all startups, for everyone who is starting, they create some useful content in your niche, and after that make those sequences with the SMSs or emails. It's like it's a huge thing. So yeah, it was great to hear that. So let's make the deal on the next dates about those topics, and let's go to the next thing, and let's see where this goes, because it was really useful for me, and I believe for our audience too. So just drop us some likes and comments and shares, and we will be back. We'll be back soon. Thank you, Kat, for being here. I'm really happy to see you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Yeah, it was a pleasure too. So thank you for inviting me, and thank you for participating in a discussion. I think it was useful for everyone who listened, for me too. It was useful and exciting. So thank you guys for watching, and yeah, see you soon. See you in the next ones.
Thank you. Bye bye. See you next.